The Viennese Waltz is probably the oldest of all the ballroom dances, and it's very rich in history. It dates back to the 18th century, and it differs from the normal waltz in that it's twice the speed. Many of the celebrities probably think they're going to have a very easy time when they do the Viennese Waltz because there's not many steps. That's where they're very, very wrong. The very first step that we'd learn when learning the Viennese Waltz is the natural turn. The natural turn is a movement that turns to the right, and it starts off on the right foot and moves around the floor counterclockwise. Now if we're just concentrating on the man steps here, the man steps forward on the right foot, continues to the side on the left foot, and then closes his right foot to his left foot to start off. And then the second half of the action, he goes back on the left, swings his right foot to the side, and then closes his left foot to his right foot. I think it's important to note here that the male and the female do exactly the same steps. The second step that you usually learn in the Viennese Waltz is the reverse turn, which is the turn to the left. And the left foot goes forward, the right foot goes to the side, and then the left foot crosses in front of the right foot for the first part of the action. And then the right foot goes back, the left foot goes to the side, but this time we actually close the feet together just like in the natural turn. I think the important thing to watch on the reverse turn is that we don't lose sight of our body connection. The third step that we do in the Viennese Waltz is a change step. Obviously, we use this step to go from rotating one way to the other. It's interesting to note that no matter what the step in the Viennese Waltz, the counting is all the same. It goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. I always like to tell the dancers and the celebs that when they're moving around the floor to think of it like a racetrack, and it's like a small circle within that racetrack, making sure that your steps are always going straight down the line of dance. Now Strictly wouldn't be Strictly without a fleck roll, and that's a weird name I know, but it's a little fast-moving spin that happens in the middle of the floor during a Viennese Waltz. You can do a fleck roll both ways. You can do a reverse fleck roll, which is normally how it starts, and then you can do a natural fleck roll. What separates them both is a contra check, which is that sudden movement that you see in between. It is so important to master a contra check because it is one of the few elements that is in every single ballroom dance, and particularly in the Viennese Waltz, it's done quite quickly. The thing I love about the Viennese Waltz is even though it's one of the oldest of all the dances, it's probably one of the most beautiful and the most free once you get it right. There's a real feeling of exuberance and freedom as you dance around the floor. Whilst the number of steps may make the Viennese Waltz seem really, really simple, it's one that the judges can pick up on straight away if something very small goes wrong. So good luck with this one.